Hi, I'm Kendall. I'm a master gardener here in Washington State, and I wanted to let you know that WSU Extension has released a new handbook for master gardeners, especially the Washington State program, but I think this handbook is good for everybody. So it's called the Pacific Northwest Gardeners Handbook, Growing for the Future. And a lot of the examples in here are going to be for Washington State, but Washington State goes from zone 4B to 9A. So there's a wide variety of climates and zones here, from coastal Western Washington to our central mountain range to Eastern Washington. So I really think this is a great state to produce a handbook like this because there's such a variety of examples and content to talk about in Washington State. So this is specifically a handbook developed to train master gardeners, people who are going to help the public with their home gardens, right? And so this is a perfect thing for you to read if you're a home gardener. It doesn't matter if you're an ornamental gardener, an edible gardener, there is useful stuff in here. And a lot of the chapters are things like basic botany, and so it's going to be useful to you whether or not you're in Washington State. You'll just get some examples from Washington State in there. So I will put a link to it down in my description box below. You should click on it. I don't know how long it's going to be free, but it is fabulous. And I plan on going through some of the chapters in a little more detail here on my channel. So if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe so you'll be notified when I talk more about different chapters in the book. In my opinion, I haven't read the whole new handbook yet. There's a few new chapters and there's some edited information. This information is good for everybody, every gardener. It doesn't matter what state you're in. Obviously, a lot of the examples are going to be for Washington State gardeners because it's created for them, but I think the information is useful for everybody, especially things like the preface is connecting people and plants, and then we go right into basic botany, plant nomenclature, and identification. So you don't have to be in Washington State for those things to be useful. So let me read you through the table of contents really quick. It starts with a brand new preface called Connecting People and Plants. I, of course, love this preface because that's why I have this channel, is talking about mental health and gardening and why it's good for you, and that's why I do it. So great chapter. And then there are 28 chapters. So let me just read out what those are for you really quick. Starting with number 1, basic botany, then plant nomenclature and identification, soil science, plant mineral nutrition and fertilizers, urban soil management, composting, vegetable gardening, home orchards, berries and small fruits, lawns, herbaceous landscape plants, trees and woody landscape plants, backyard forest stewardship, house plants, entomology, pollinators, plant pathology, plant problem diagnosis, weeds and weed management, vertebrate pest management, plant healthcare and integrated pest management, understanding pesticides, pruning woody landscape plants, fire-resistant landscaping for the home and community, water-wise landscaping, greenhouse construction and management, climate change and gardening, and finally, creating a sustainable home landscape. So even if you just are interested in one of those, this is fresh, brand new information developed by WSU professionals for home gardeners. It is, I can't believe it's free. It's free for everybody right now. So go check it out. Again, subscribe if you haven't yet. Here's a couple more videos from my channel if you want to stick around. And I hope to see you again in the next video soon. Enjoy the handbook.